What's up, 3 community? Joe Maloy here. One of my favorite exercises to do after a run or in prep for a harder session is barefoot strides. So this is one probably not an exercise you want to do on like a city street where there's all sorts of junk around. But here you can see we have pretty good footing. You might have just finished a run, and the idea of doing a barefoot stride as opposed to like just sort of accelerations with your shoes on or something is your body runs a little bit differently barefoot than it does with the aid of shoes. So running barefoot, even if it's just once a week or twice a week for a minute or two, or like today I'm going to do 8 by 20 seconds or so, walking recovery in between. It's just a really neat way to connect with nature, but it's also helps just to strengthen some smaller muscles in your feet, work on the way your foot hits the ground, and it's one of those things you can do as a runner to increase your proprioception of the way you're actually moving. So those are the reasons I'm a big fan of this one. So basically, it's just run. So a couple of things, just quick takeaways that I always notice when I do something like that. Number one, I run with a higher cadence. Something about running barefoot, it ups my cadence, which is a good thing. That's a trait we want to encourage for fast running. So that's number one. Number two, I'm more aware of where my where my foot hits underneath my body. So good running, the foot strike, a big misconception here is we think about striking with your heel, midfoot, forefoot. None of that really matters as much as where the foot contacts the ground. So what you don't want is your foot hitting out in front of you, because that's decelerating force. What you do want is your foot to be starting to sweep back as it hits the ground. When we're barefoot, we do that more naturally than when we're wearing shoes. So it's good to work on that sweeping motion and get that point of contact right under your center of mass. And the third one is just like, it's so much fun. I'm 34 years old and I feel like a kid when I take my shoes off and run in the grass field. So there's really not an age limit on this. Just connect to like the purity of the sport and what you're able to do with your body. Thanks for listening.